What's going on, everybody? After my last video I made with Fire Guy, when we were riding around talking to each other.
Highway, making money the far way, but there's gotta be a better way, better way, better way. Oh, I was most excited. Yeah! You had to say that, didn't you?
After that video, we had a lot of comments about how exactly we did that, how did we ride around and speak to each other while we were riding around, and kind of showed me how little people know about helmet Bluetooth devices. This is a Sena SMH10. Pretty simple unit, just 2-button operation. Thing pops off pretty easily when you want to charge it. Bluetooth's into your phone. You turn it on.
Hello. Phone connected.
Today's modern phones, though, you can easily connect them and do pretty much everything you want to do through Bluetooth. You can have it read off messages to you and through your phones. It depends on your phone and what it's capable of doing. But like, I've got a Galaxy S4, and I can read text messages out, and I can actually speak them back into the phone just through a voice connect thing. So Bluetooth lets you do pretty much all that good stuff. You ride around, listen to your internet radio on your phone. But the other cool thing that they do, the thing that we did in the video between me and Fire Guy, he also has an SMH10, and you can connect up to 4 riders with this particular model right here, which is pretty cool. So we're able just to talk to each other while we ride around. And again, it's just a simple button thing. This is one. This is your volume control right here. This is this back button pretty much has to do with the phone, and this one has to do with the intercom when you talk to another rider. Connect up to 4 different riders with this thing. It lets you do that dual motovlogging thing that so many people like to see. I was told that I copied your pal Chris and Al. I'll remind everybody that I made the first ever dual vlog before anybody else, and it was international. It was me and Spicy, so I don't want to hear it. They can thank their whole channel on me. A simple unit like this, it's pretty non-invasive, goes on the helmet. This thing also stays charged for like some crazy amount of time. I charge it like maybe once a week, if that. This is the clamp style. It clamps between the side of the helmet. The side of the helmet and the back side and the front side is basically a clamp that pinches it on there. And then you've got some wires. I ran mine up through here by actually, in the cheek pad there's always that plastic line that runs through here, and you just snip it, 2 little parts, you snip out a bit, then you can run the wires up in there. It's a lot cleaner than running them outside like a lot of people do. I think that's the better way of going about it. Then what you have is you just have 2 speakers. You can't really see them if I tried to show you inside here because they're behind the padding, but they're very thin speakers about the size of a silver dollar, and those mount on the inside there. Then you got this boom mic. Now you don't have to get it with the boom mic. They also got ones that have the mic comes on a wire, and that way you can put it on I think that's more really intended for a full face shield helmet, but I like the kind with the boom. I guess it's designed for a open face helmet. You wouldn't need anything here, although I don't know why you'd want that anyway, because I like my chin and my nose. But if you did have an open face helmet, this would still be fine. You could just have this basically floating in front of your face. But the reason I like the boom is you basically tuck it up in there. Where I put mine is just, well, if you can imagine, it's right back behind here. Kind of push it up a bit to get it underneath the chin guard there and out of the wind pretty good. And it doesn't get in the way of my face when I put the helmet on or off, and you can adjust it around and get it how you want. This was the first one I bought. It's a Scarla Rider G4. It's got a few more buttons on it. First of all, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where that's basically 2 and then a turning one. And you kind of think sometimes, it's like the more buttons should be better. It should make it easier to use. It's kind of like trying to use one of those old watches, those digital watches that have 2 buttons, and you can set like military time and your birthday and all this stuff, and no one can figure it out with a 2-button configuration. But it's actually really simple. This it's a little bit hard, and the buttons aren't pronounced enough. You really can't tell which button you're on with motorcycle gloves. When you're riding down the road trying to click it, it's not as easy with the Scarla. The same kind of system as the other one. It clamps down. Side note, this thing just comes off like that. Don't like that as much, to be honest with you. Like I said, it was just a little bit more difficult with the 3 buttons than the 2. You wouldn't know which one you were on. The only real thing that this one has that one doesn't have is this has an FM radio on it, but I don't really listen to FM radio, and I've never could figure out how to make it work anyway. If I listen to anything, I listen to internet radio through my phone. With both units, when you're talking to somebody, I've never noticed it. They can even tell that you're on a motorcycle. The pickup from the mics, I guess, is really good. On the Scarla, the voices you hear back also sound really good. It just sounds like you're on a normal telephone call, whether you're bike-to-bike communicating or over the phone with somebody. It's just a really solid unit. This one has a real CB radio sound. I don't really understand why. Between the two, I definitely think the Sena is a lot better. This costs a lot more money too. This is about double the price. My suggestions to you, if you're going to buy one of these, is definitely get this one. It's pretty cool. Oh, you know another plus thing about it? So that only communicates with one other bike. This communicates up to 4. Typically, you can only communicate between one brand and the other. Or brands are brands, and they only work with each other. Well, they made an update for this one where it actually can work with one other brand. So I compare my Sena now with my Scarla. Most companies you wouldn't think would want to do that. You want people to only buy your product, so you should only make your product to work with other products, is most people's thinking. But they decided, no, we're gonna be the cool guy that goes, hey, mine works with everybody. And if anything, that makes me want to buy it even more. If you want to do that dual moto vlogging thing, like I said, that's the way to go about it, in my opinion. They're making an action cam, Sena is, that's actually going to work Bluetooth to the camera. So instead of having to have wires connected, like all these helmets, you always have a wire somewhere in there. And setting up audio is so hard on a helmet. Having a good audio setup for moto vlogging is like the most important thing you could have. Let's turn this off. By actually pairing this straight to the helmet cam, that's going to be a really cool deal in my opinion. Also, if you're out riding with other people, they're talking to you through their Scarla, through their Sena or Scarla, whatever they got, since now I can accept another brands. Their audio will also go into the camera, from what I understand. So that's coming out soon. That should be kind of interesting. Also, I think they said you're going to be able to do voice commands to turn on and off the camera. So looking forward to all that. I think it's going to be a pretty good deal. Makes that dual vlogging thing really cool if you're into that. If you got a buddy that rides around and you want to combine your videos into one, I'd look into that. So anyway, just a lot of questions I had on my last video on how to do it, and that's how you do it. Real simple. Get one for you and your buddy at the same time. Buy a dual pack, save a few bucks. That's what me and Fire Guy did. And yeah, later.
Get brave.